Well, people, this is it. What's up, Last of Us fans? It's China Video Games and the World, and we're back with another review of the Last of Us TV series. Okay, we're finally here. The season finale. I must say that this video game adaptation was exactly how you adapt a video game. I really loved it, and it's one of the best, if no, the best I've seen. It was very faithful to the source material. It took some liberties as well that I enjoyed, and I was very happy that many of the voice actors from the game played different characters and one reprised role as well. Every episode was wonderfully well made, but this episode being 43 minutes long was not what I hoped for, and I'm sure a lot of people didn't hope for that as well. I would have loved to see a bit more of that. And now, it is time for us to close this season by reviewing the show and make some analysis as well. With all that said and done, this is The Last of Us season finale, Look for the Light. Enjoy. 20 years ago, a virus related to fungus known as a cordyceps infection has caused a global pandemic destroying much of human civilization. Those that survived have adapted to a new world full of danger and fear of the infected and other humans as well. Joel Miller, a hardened survivor, takes charge of a 14-year-old girl named Ellie, who may be the last hope of humanity. After a long journey fighting infected, raiders, meeting survivors, and roaming through dangerous territory, they have finally arrived at the hospital. Upon realizing the dark truth, Joel has to make a decision that could affect everything and everyone around him. This show, from the very beginning, was the best thing I have ever seen. Exactly how you should adapt a game, while of course taking a few liberties and add some things that may be considered fillers that are not in the game, but still very written. Before there was a TV series adaptation, there were plans to make a live-action movie and also an animated movie, but both of them were cancelled. Druckmann himself admitted that he had decided to be against the making of the live-action movie, as he felt that it would be wrong for anyone to replace the original actors for the roles. As for the animated movie, Sony also decided against it. Now, there will be spoilers, you've been warned. At first, Ellie and Joel didn't get along so good, but through the course of this journey, they have bonded and have this almost father and daughter type of relationship. The season finale also shows how far Joel goes to protect the one he loves. And of course, the consequences will be severe. For those who played the first and second games, we know how that goes. What I also liked about the season premiere was how it talked about a virus that can cause the downfall of civilization. That scene taking place in the 60s was a foreshadowing of what was about to come. However, what I saw was the difference is that the time that the outbreak occurred in the game, the year was 2013, while in the show it was 2003. Still, I actually liked it. In episode 2's final scene, where Tess sacrifices herself knowing the inevitable, we all remember that scene, and it really stuck into our heads. It shows that the infected cannot infect others through violence. Not always. But with that scene, I think I'm gonna get sick. Episode 3 had a very well written and well developed story of both Bill and Frank. The episode was one of love and triumph, finding something so beautiful and meaningful in a world without hope that is so dark. Bill and Frank's relationship was equal to that of Joel and Ellie's, but instead of Tess being the one that Joel was supposed to protect, he comes to realize it was Ellie. Episodes 4 and 5 were mostly about escaping a place where someone with a desire for revenge is capable of anything. It can also show as well that people who claim to fight for freedom can be just as tyrannical as their oppressors. As bad as Fedra was, Kathleen and her group were just as bad. For some reason, she reminded me of Isaac from The Last of Us Part 2, as both of them were capable of anything and willing to kill children. I love the performance of Melanie Linsky. She portrayed a very good villain. Jeffrey Pierce as Kathleen's right-hand man Perry was another good villain as well. Episode 6 was about opening up about the situation and struggling mentally and emotionally with the past and how we all struggle to move on from it. We cannot try to hide what we feel because it can be harmful if we hide our own struggles from our loved ones and our friends. Pedro Pascal totally nailed it in this episode. I loved episode 7 as it was faithful to the DLC left behind. Instead of the arcade being messed up, they actually got to play Mortal Kombat 2, which I really enjoyed. Playing Mortal Kombat 2 brings back a lot of good memories, and Storm Reed did a great job as Riley. Episode 8 shows how faith can be twisted for darker and sinister purposes, much like in the real world. David, much like in the game, was a total creep as he wanted Ellie to himself. Troy Baker played as James, and he did an awesome job as well. As for Scott Shepard as David, I gotta say that Nolan North would totally be proud. And I liked how Ashley Johnson portrayed the character of Anna, Ellie's mother. Now, I never saw Ashley Johnson first in The Last of Us. I remember her when I was a kid in the TV show Growing Pains. And seeing her as Ellie's mother was sweet, phenomenal. As for this episode, both Pedro and Bella, much like in every episode, performed very admirably. Bella nailed the role of Ellie and Pedro nailed it as Joe. Though the episode was short, I really liked the story and it was sweet. And finally, to wrap this up, this was a great adaptation, and now it is one of my favorites next to Castlevania, Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Mortal Kombat 1995, etc. The story was faithful with a few liberties, the character development was icing on the cake, and the acting was wonderful, graceful, and admirable from every actor in the show. My final score for the season finale is an 8, but my final score for the show overall is a 9.8 out of 10. In my honest opinion, there might be 2 more seasons for The Last of Us, especially since The Last of Us Part 2 is such a long game. I sincerely hope they cast the right actors for the WLF members such as Abby, Owen, Manny, Jordan, Mel, Nora. As for the Seraphites, Ian Alexander has to come back as Lev since they did such an awesome job in the game. That is all, everyone. Don't forget to comment, share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell button. This is John of Video Games Underworld signing off. Have a good one. Endure and survive.